want to say this and I got to go. I love y'all. Keep supporting comedy. And I want to thank each and every one of you black guys for dating these ugly-ass white chicks and taking them off our hands. Real business. My name's Ray Lapowski. I'm out of here.
All right, y'all. I just wanted to jump on here real quick because, you know, we're in the Disney vibe. And, you know, it has caused some subject matter to be discussed. Now, it's pretty much reiterating what we already know. But, you know, as we peel the layers of the things that we already know, because, you know, we already know that we need to divest. We already know that Black women empowerment needs to be a movement that just takes over. We know this already. But as we peel back the layers of what we already know, it caused me to have a thought. So in the spirit of, you know, I just sang you a Disney song this morning. And we're going to be doing a breakdown of Cinderella soon. One thing that came to my mind as I'm going through this is that Disney made Disney, the Disney franchise, for white children. Why didn't Black men make anything for Black children? Now, people may make the excuse that Black men were poor. Black men didn't have the resources. Blah, 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 right? But guess who else didn't have the resources? Guess who failed several times? Walt Disney. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and read. This is from Wikipedia. This is Walt Disney's bio. I think that this is good to read. I'm not going to read all of it, obviously, but I'm going to read what I think is important, and then I'm going to kind of sum it up and then kind of extend another point here. But I'm glad I'm going to go ahead and read this to y'all because this is good. This is good stuff. It's pretty spot on in terms of accuracy because I have read up on the autobiography of, is it autobiography or biography? I don't know. Basically, Walt Disney's story. I have read up on his story and watched the movie that pretty much documents his life. So this is pretty spot on in terms of accuracy. I'm going to read this to y'all because it pretty much shows y'all like the build up didn't just happen overnight in terms of Disney's now multi-billion-dollar franchise, y'all. So let me read this. It says Disney was born on December 5th, 1901 at 1249 Tripp Avenue in Chicago, Hermosa's neighborhood. He was the fourth son of Elias Disney, born in the Providence of Canada to Irish parents, and Flora, an American of German and English descent. Aside from Walt, Elias and Flora's sons were Herbert, Raymond, and Roy, and the couple had a fifth child, Ruth, in December 1903. In 1906, when Disney was 4, the family moved to a farm in Marceline, Missouri, where his uncle Robert had purchased land. In Marceline, Disney developed his interest in drawing when he was paid to draw the horse of a retired neighborhood doctor. Elias was a subscriber to Appeal Reason newspaper. Alias was a subscriber to the Appeal to Reason newspaper, and Disney practiced drawing by copying the front page cartoons of Ryan Walker. He also began to develop an ability to work with watercolors and crayons. He lived near the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe railway line and became enamored with trains. He and his younger Ruth's sister started school at the same time at the Park School in Marceline in the late 1909. In 1911, the Disneys moved to Kansas City. There, Disney attended the Benton Grammar School, where he met fellow student Walter Pfeiffer, who came from a family of theater fans and introduced him to the world of vaudeville and motion pictures. Before long, Disney was spending more time at the Pfeiffer's house than at home. Alias had purchased a newspaper delivery route for the Kansas City Star and Kansas City Times. Disney and his brother Roy woke up at 4:30 every morning to deliver the Times. Wow. When was this? 1911? When was he born? 10 years old? Maybe even 9, since he was born in... I'm getting alerts, y'all. But maybe even 9 before, because he was born in December? Wow. Wow. That's incredible. I kind of brushed over this, y'all, before I started reading it to you in depth, just to make sure that I have a good, well-rounded bit of information to read to you. But wow, I did not read that part when I was skimming. That is incredible. Holy shit. Okay, where was I? That threw me off. Woo! Damn. Disney's wife was a lucky bitch. God damn. This man had hustle in his blood his whole life. I'm sure that comes from watching his own father, though. But damn, you can only watch people for so long before shit is just naturally in you. And when I tell you hustle was in this man since he was... Let me just stop. That's crazy, y'all. Anyways, Disney and his brother woke up at 4:30 every morning to deliver the Times before school and repeated the round for the Evening Star after school. The schedule was exhausting. Fuck, I would imagine so, dude. And Disney often received poor grades after falling asleep in class. Aw, well, that sucks. But he continued his paper route for more than 6 years. Damn. So from the age of 9 to probably 9 or 10 to roughly about 15 or 16, he did his thing. He attended Saturday courses at the Kansas City Art Institute and also took a correspondence course in cartooning. In 1917, Elias bought stock. So Elias is his father. Bought stock in a Chicago jelly producer, which is, it looks like that's a jelly bean company, the Ozell Company, and moved back to the city with his family. Disney enrolled at McKinley High School and became the cartoonist of the school newspaper, drawing patriotic pictures about World War I. He also took night courses at the Chicago Academy of Fine Arts. In mid-1918, he attempted to join the U.S. Army to fight the Germans, but he was rejected as too young. After forging the date of his birth certificate, he joined the Red Cross in 1918 as an ambulance driver. Okay, so I blinked there for a second, y'all, because this actually made me think of a conversation that I had with an elder white dude when I was living back in Cali. We were just in line at the DMV. I got there extra early so that I wouldn't have to wait too long. And there was an old man there. You know, old people get the hell up in the morning. So I was talking to this older white dude, and we were just talking about life, y'all. Like, just talking. It was so dope just to hear this man's story. He actually told me about how he forged his birth certificate to join the military. He was 14 years old. I was like, damn. They're just built different, Lord. They're just built different. I don't understand it. But they're built different. So yeah, that part reminded me of what that older white dude that I was talking to in the in the DMV line. What he had mentioned about forging his signature to get in the army. That's crazy. All right, let's keep reading. So basically he continued hustle on. Can't join the military? Fine. I'm gonna do some illegal shit so that I can hustle. And then he joined the Red Cross. So he was shipped to France, but arrived in November after the armistice. I don't know what that is, y'all. So I don't think that's important to know. But he drew cartoons on the side of his ambulance for decoration and had some of his work published in the Army newspaper Stars and Stripes. He returned to Kansas City in October 1919, where he worked as an apprentice artist at the Pesman Rubin Commercial Art Studio, where he drew commercial illustrations for advertising, theater programs, and catalogs, and befriended fellow artist UB Iwerks. All right. In January 2020, okay, so this is good stuff too. As Pesman Rubin's revenue declined after Christmas, Disney, aged 18, and Iwerks were laid off. They started their own business at 18. Damn, that's dope. They started their own business, short-lived Iwerks Disney commercial artists. Failing to attract many customers, Disney and Iwerks agreed that Disney should leave temporarily to earn money at the Kansas City Film Ad Company, run by A.V. Cogger. The following month, y'all, I don't read the books. I'm trying my best, y'all. I'm trying my best. Hang in there. Okay, so the following month, Iwerks, who was not able to run their business alone, also joined. Okay, the company produced commercials using the cutout animation technique. Nice. Okay, so this is where we're getting into how he learned the trade. Okay, cool. Disney became interested in animation, although he preferred drawn cartoons such as Mutt and Jeff and Coco the Clown. Okay, so with the assistance of borrowed book on animation and a camera, he began experimenting at home. He came to the conclusion that cell animation was more promising than the cutout method. Unable to persuade Cogger to try cell animation at the company, Disney opened a new business with a co-worker from the film ad co, Fred Herman. Interesting. So he was over there trying to spit game to his employer. Employer was like, nah, man, nah, we doing it my way or the highway. He was like, bet, I'm out, starting my own business. Sayonara, bitch. I know that's right, Walt Disney. I know that's right. I know that there's also allegations that he was a racist, but you know what? I respect the hustle. And, it's not Walt Disney's fault that Nakers decided not to build anything. Well, hold that thought. We'll address that in momentarily. So let me just keep reading so we can get through this shit and I can make my point quick. All right. So their main client was the local Newman Theater, and the short cartoons they produced were sold as Newman's Laugh-O-Grams. Disney studied Paul Terry's is it Aesop's Fables? Or Aesop. I think it's Aesop, actually. Fables. As a model. And the first 6 Laugh-O-Grams were modernized fairy tales. Okay, so this talks about, like, the success. I think we can skip all that and start here. All right, so Disney moved to Hollywood in July 1923 at 21 years old. Although New York was the center of the cartoon industry, he was attracted to L.A. because his brother Roy was convulsing. All right, y'all. I don't know. Let's look it up, shall we? Look up. Recuperate. Recover one's health and strength over a period of time after an illness. Okay, so he basically. Okay, tuberculosis. Okay, gotcha. And hoped to become a live action film director. Disney's efforts so in other words, okay, so let's read that again because I think that's actually speaks volumes to his character a little bit, didn't it? Okay, let's read it again. Disney moved to Hollywood in July 1923 at 21 years old. Although New York was the center of the cartoon industry, he was attracted to LA because his brother was basically recovering from TB there, and he hoped to become a live action film director. So he's like, two birds with one stone. I'm going to be there with my homie brother, and I'm going to start a business. Okay, I feel that. I love that, actually. Disney's efforts to sell Alice in Wonderland were in vain until he heard from the New York distributor Margaret L. Winkler. Okay, cool. She was losing her rights. All right, sorry about that, y'all. If you hear that quick interruption, it was because I had to cut the video real quick. But anyways, let me continue. So she was losing her rights to both Out of the Inkwell and the Felix the Cat's cartoons and needed a new series. In October, they signed a contract for 6 Alice comedies with an option for 2 further series of 6 episodes each. Disney and his brother Roy formed the Disney Brothers Studio, which later became the Walt Disney Company, to produce films. They persuaded Davis and her family to relocate to Hollywood to continue production, with Davis on a contract of $100 a month. In July 1924, Disney also hired Iwerks, persuading him to relocate to Hollywood from Kansas City. Okay, so he hollered at his friends that been with him since Jump Street and took them along for the ride. Early in 1925, Disney hired an ink artist, Lillian Bounds. They were married in July of the year at her brother's house in her hometown of Lewiston, Idaho. The marriage was generally happy, according to Lillian, although according to Disney's biographer Neil Gabler, she did not accept Walt's decisions meekly or his status unquestionably, and she admitted that he was always telling people how henpecked he is. Okay, so that basically is saying, y'all, he had a wife. He put a ring on it. She took on the traditional role, but she wasn't like a pushover also. So that goes against that whole they're submissive bullshit. And the fact that it says here she admitted that he was always telling people how henpecked he is. If y'all don't know what that means, that basically means that she pretty much nags him all the time. She controls him. Okay? Just let that sink in. Lillian had little interest in films or the Hollywood social scene, and she was, in the words of the historian Stephen Watts, content with household management and providing support for her husband. Exactly. I know that's right, Mrs. Disney. Their marriage produced 2 daughters, Diane and Sharon, adopted in December 1936, born 6 weeks previously. Within the family, neither Disney nor his wife hid the fact Sharon had been adopted, although they became annoyed if people outside the family raised the point. The Disneys were careful to keep their daughters out of the public eye as much as possible, particularly in the light of Leimberg kidnapping. That must have been a popular kidnapping at the time. Disney took steps to ensure his daughters were not photographed by the press. So he was a protector. Y'all, can we just let this information sink in a little bit? This is the shit we be talking about, right? Ain't this the shit we be talking about? Man. Anyways, by 1926, Winkler's role in the... okay, so I don't think that we need to keep reading all this. This basically, blah, 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 blah. He created Mickey Mouse, blew up. Blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I guess, should we read this real quick? Let's see how long it is. Nah, we don't need to read it. Y'all go and read it on your own. All you got to do is type Walt Disney in Wikipedia and you'll find it. But this is good shit. One thing I am curious about is if he stayed married to his wife. Let's see. Usually it has like spouse information, but it doesn't look like they have that. I think that they stayed together until he died, quite frankly. I think if my memory serves me right. Let's see. Disney. Walt Disney family. He married. Yep. They stayed married until the day that he died. That's at least according to Wikipedia. So this man did not just become create a multi-billion dollar franchise out of thin air, y'all. This man worked his ass off since he was 9 years old. Okay? 9. Think about what you were doing at 9. I was in the bed at 4:30 a.m. I know that much. And when my mom did wake me up at 6:30 in the morning to get ready for school, she would have to threaten to beat my ass if I didn't get my ass up. Okay? So that's where I was at 9. Meanwhile, Walt Disney and his brother and their asses are over here delivering newspapers. I just can't. I can't deal, and I refuse to deal. So he hustled at 9, failed at school initially, didn't let that happen. He continued his education. He continued to work a job. He started a business. It failed. So he went and got a damn job to save up for, basically in continuing to hustle and work, he managed to, pause, y'all. Sorry. All right. Sorry, y'all. I actually had a delivery that time. So my bad. But anyways, like I was saying, in him continuing to work, right? He finds out that he has a skill, right? Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what we just read. Okay. So he finds a skill. He tries to put his employer on game. They didn't listen to him. He did it on his own, built his shit up, basically hustled all the way to Hollywood, hustled, continue to hustle. And then finally, and mind you, this whole time he's continuously making his creativity continue to flow. As he's hustling, he's making sure to nurture his talent, which y'all, that is so important. I was telling y'all when I was singing that little 60-second part of the song from Disney that it took me like 20 times. That's because I'm rusty, y'all. I don't sing anymore. I need to start singing. I'm rusty. So Disney continues to nurture his creativity while he's hustling. Fast forward, he creates Mickey Mouse and everything else blows up from there. He pretty much had his Midas touch at that point. Meanwhile, his wife that he stayed married to his whole existence is able to rest in her femininity while being, I guess, like the person who just isn't being a pushover, living her best life, supporting her husband. And he continues to build the franchise in which he created, him and his brother, thus creating generational wealth for his whole family line. Bitches who were born with the last name Disney are not getting rid of their last names just because they're married. I can tell you that much. I wouldn't be surprised if homeboys are like, I will take your last name. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing. And I also read many years ago that the reason why Disney even created Disneyland was because he wanted his children to have somewhere to play. Now Walt Disney, Disney is literally one of the owners of television. There's only 6, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and end it here for now. I got more to say. And it's already recorded. It's just that the video is very long and I want to go ahead and do it in 2 parts. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Part 2 is going to be launched either today or tomorrow. It depends on my mood, y'all. My mood is always changing. So it'll depend on my mood. It'll be sometime today or tomorrow. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, y'all, because part 2 is bomb ass shit, y'all. I'm actually really proud of this video. This content that I'm making. This is like, I'm really proud. I've been proud of the shit that I've been doing, but this is like, I'm really proud of this shit because I literally went into my whole like college, my college mode, like my you know, I may not read the books, but you know, a bitch is educated. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Thank you for listening. Bye.
What is up, black people? How y'all doing? I want to let all you black women know you need to get a white man in your life.